Hello, how's it going? Welcome back to my channel. My name is Gabby and today I am here with a very exciting video. Because if you didn't know, if you had no idea, I run this thriller book club called The Book Troop. The Book Troop has been running since the beginning of 2021 and it's a book club that I started at the very start of this year. And I am here to bring you the announcements for all of the books that we are reading together for the rest of the year, along with some co-hosts who are going to be joining me in these upcoming months that I am very excited about. If you didn't know, I also do have an Instagram for the Book Troop, which is where I have usually been updating all of the announcements for this book club. So if you haven't, you should probably follow that Instagram because that is where I have normally been updating the monthly announcements. But I thought it would be fun to just do a whole video announcing all the books for the rest of the year along with the co-host because I am just so freaking excited. I also have decided to make a playlist on my YouTube channel that is just going to be called The Book Troop, that has like all the live shows, any announcement things, like anything like that will all be in one spot so that you can easily find them. But to anybody asking like how do I join in on this book club or like what is involved, it's basically just reading the same book together throughout the month and then just joining in a live show and discussing it together. There's really nothing more to it than that. Like I know some people have requested that I make like a Discord or some kind of discussion group, and I might consider doing that next year, but for right now I kind of like this laid back format of just having the live shows. So let's stop the chit chat and get right to the announcements because that's what you're here for. So I'm very excited. In the month of September, I actually did post a poll over on my stories on the Book Troop Instagram, and I asked y'all to vote on which book you would like to read together in September. And I had 4 books as options for that. I had 56 Days, Bathhouse, Pretty Little Wife, and Such a Quiet Place was the 4th option, and y'all voted on 56 Days by a landslide. Like this book won by over 400 votes compared to the other books. And I did already announce this as the September pick over on the Instagram, so if you follow me on Instagram, this is probably not a surprise, but I am so excited to read 56 Days together in the month of September. This book, if you didn't know, it's a thriller that takes place during the early COVID days, like during quarantine in early 2020. On the inside here just says 56 days ago, Sierra and Oliver meet in a supermarket in Dublin and start dating the same week that COVID reaches Irish shores. 35 days ago, when lockdown threatens to keep them apart, Oliver suggests that they move in together. Sierra sees a unique opportunity for a relationship to flourish without the scrutiny of family and friends. Oliver sees a chance to hide who and what he really is. Today, detectives arrive at Oliver's apartment to discover a decomposing body inside. Can they determine what really happened, or has lockdown created an opportunity for someone to commit the perfect crime? And this is something that I am just so curious to read because I think it's absolutely bonkers wild that we're already getting thriller books that take place during COVID, like during recent times. And I'm so excited to announce that my friend Marcy Reads is going to be co-hosting this month with me. And Marcy is someone that I've been friends with and I've been watching her channel for about 2 years now, I want to say. And I just absolutely adore her channel because she reads a lot of horror books, a lot of thriller books. She's a big Stephen King fan. And I just really enjoy her take on things, and she always brings so much to the live shows that she's in. So I can't wait to have her on the channel and to hear her perspective on this and just to hang out. I think it's going to be so much fun. And if you're not following Marcy, I will have her info linked in the description, of course, so that you can follow her, check out her channel. It's a great time. And then in the month of October, I'm planning on reading The Last House on Needless Street, and this is one that I am just so excited about. This one is more, I want to say it's more horror than thriller, but I'm not 100% sure on that. But the description of this just says, this is the story of a serial killer, a stolen child, revenge, death, and an ordinary house at the end of an ordinary street. All of these things are true, and yet they are all lies. You think you know what's inside the last house on Needless Street? You think you've read this story before. That's where you're wrong. In the dark forest at the end of Needless Street lies something buried, but it's not what you think. Like, what? Like, just that description alone has me so excited to read this. Like, oh my god, it just sounds so good. And this book does publish in late September in the US, but I'm pretty sure overseas this book published a lot earlier this year, like in March or something. Either way, I think the book is available on Book Depository since it's been out in the UK or overseas since earlier this year. I'm just so excited to read this in October. I feel like it's gonna be the perfect kind of like spooky October book. I don't know, my hopes are really high. And I'm also very excited to announce that Kayla over from Books and Lala is going to be co-hosting with me in the month of October. Y'all know I'm a huge fan of Kayla's channel, so I was very excited excited she agreed to co-host with me in the month of October. Kayla actually also runs a thriller and horror book club, which is so much fun. I've actually been a co-host once before, like right when she started the book club. And then this month, during the month of August, I'm actually co-hosting with her again, and we'll be doing a live show in early September. So I'm so stoked to have her as a co-host for the book troop and just to hang out and talk about this book. I feel like we're both really gonna like this book. It just sounds like something that's gonna be very strange and weird and horror vibes and thriller vibes, and I don't know. It sounds like it's gonna be something that's right up both of our alleys, so I'm hoping that we both enjoy this book and we can just gush about it together. But if not, I'm sure it'll make for an interesting conversation either way, so very excited for this one. And then in the month of November, I am planning on reading False Witness by Karen Slaughter. This is probably a book that I've been requested to read already, like so much. This book just published in the US at the end of July, and so already a lot of people have really read this, a lot of people have really loved this, and I am just so excited to read this book. And I decided to make it a book club pick because I just really love Karen Slaughter. She wrote Pretty Girls, The Good Daughter, like some of my favorite thriller novels. Her books are intense, okay? Like her books are usually really gruesome and graphically violent and everything like that, and so that's why I wasn't sure if I wanted to make this a book club pick or not. But then I thought this is probably going to be one of the best thrillers of the year, and so I just want it to be a book club pick. And this book, I'm pretty sure it's over 500 pages. It's like 520 to 530 pages, so it is quite a chunky one, but I figured it would be good to read in November just because I feel like, I don't know why, I always feel like in the late fall, we always have like more time for reading, or it feels like the world just kind of slows down. Like in the summer, it's like so intense, you know, but then in the fall time, I feel like the world just starts to slow down and you can really take your time to actually read a 500-page book. And that's also why I picked it for November, because I wanted to let you know now, just in case you wanted to get like a head start on it now, if it takes you a long time to read a 500-page book. I totally get it. So now you have time to prepare and get the book and maybe start early if you need to. But anyways, what is this book even about? If you don't know, what is it about? So it says, in ordinary life, Lee Colton has worked hard to build what looks like a normal life. She has a good job as a defense attorney, a daughter doing well in school, and even her divorce is relatively civilized. Her life just as unremarkable as she'd always hoped it would be. Hides a devastating past, but Lee's ordinary life masks a childhood which was far from average, a childhood tarnished by secrets, broken by betrayal, and finally torn apart by a devastating act of violence. But now the past is catching up. Then a case lands on her desk, defending a wealthy man accused of rape. It's the highest profile case she's ever been given, a case which could transform her career if she wins. But when she meets the accused, she realizes that it's no coincidence that he's chosen her as his attorney. She knows him, and he knows her. More to the point, he knows what happened 20 years ago and why Lee has spent 2 decades running, and time is running out. If she can't get him acquitted, she'll lose much more than the case. The only person who can help her is her younger estranged sister, Callie, the last person Lee would ever want to ask for help, but suddenly she has no choice. Oh my gosh, does this not sound like it's gonna be like a combination of her other books? Like, I feel like that premise sounds so similar to like Pretty Girls and The Good Daughter, but like mixed together. It just sounds so interesting. I'm so intrigued. I'm so excited to be reading this with you in November. And it's already been getting stellar reviews, like so many 5-star reviews from my friends, and I'm just like, I'm so excited. And I'm also so excited to let you know that the co-host for this month is going to be my friend Hailey. And I really wanted Hailey to co-host this live show with me specifically because she is a huge Karen Slaughter fan. She's always saying Pretty Girls is like one of her favorite books of all time. And so I knew she was going to be really hyped to read this new Karen Slaughter and that she'd be totally cool and on board with reading a 500-page book with me. Because that's quite a big ask, you know, I couldn't ask just anyone. And Hailey is just also so awesome. Like, I've been watching her channel for a little over a year now, I want to say, or so, and she just puts out such amazing content. She reads a lot of thrillers and a lot of romances, which is what I tend to read as well, and our tastes are almost always aligned with how we feel on books, so I just think it would be really fun to have her on the live show and get to hang out and talk about False Witness. And yeah, here's to hoping that we both love this book. I feel like so far for my book club, the picks that I have had for the first half of the year have not been the best. Like, I've been more disappointed than I have enjoyed things, but I'm hoping for the end of the year I can change that, you know? I'm hoping that these picks will be really solid picks, and these will be all books that we actually enjoy together. And so those are all of the picks for the rest of the year. For December, I don't know if I want to have a book club pick in December. I would actually like to know your thoughts on this because December for me is usually a really busy month of, you know, trying to put out content, trying to make videos. Like all of my end of the year videos go up in December. For me, it just doesn't seem realistic, like, because I really like to do the live shows at the very end of the month. Like, I don't know why, it's just like I need to wrap up the end of the month with the live show, and if it pours over into the next month, then it just starts to stress me out, and I can't imagine pushing the December book that we discuss into the January for the live show, because by January we might be doing like Winterween and stuff, and it's just gonna be chaos. So I'm thinking I'm just gonna take December off from the book club every year and just have 1 month off and then start it up again in January. But I want to know your thoughts on this, because I was thinking either I would take December off from the book club and not have a pick in December just because it's so chaotic, and I can't imagine trying to plan a live show in between like Christmas and New Year's, you know, that week is just like chaos, so busy. I was thinking maybe instead I can have a December pick and then do a live show in like mid-December, like maybe like before Christmas, like maybe like only like 2 weeks into December, and just do that instead, and maybe keep it like super low key. Like, I don't really know what I want to do yet, but I would like to know your thoughts and your input on this, because do you really want a pick for December, or are you cool with being like, yeah, I'm also super busy in December and probably wouldn't be able to participate anyways? Let me know your thoughts on that, because I am open to having a pick for like the first 2 weeks of December and just doing a live show like halfway through the month if you guys would want to do that. If you'd rather just not have a December pick, I'm also open to that. So let me know your thoughts. Maybe we could pick like a super short book to read together, like a novella or something, so it's like a quick, easy thing for all of us. Like, I don't know. That is all for this video, so thank you so much for watching as always. And once again, I will have everyone linked down below that is going to be an upcoming co-host, so that you can check out their channel and subscribe if you haven't, because they are all lovely humans and I can't wait to talk about these books with all of them. And yeah, let me know, out of all of these picks, which one are you most excited to read together? Have you heard of all of these books? Did you already have plans to read these books anyways? Or if you have already read some of these books since they've been out, let me know what your thoughts are on them and if you think that they are going to be good picks for the book troop. Thank you so much for watching as always, and I will see you very soon with another video. Bye. What are we fighting for? I can't do this no more. Heading towards the door. Yeah, what are we fighting for? I can't do this no more.